thoughts on the game, Cam?
Going into the game, Coach asked us as a quarterback, the things that it's going to take to win. And I don't think I followed the number one rule, and that was protect the football. I think throwing picks is one thing, but constant turnovers is, it's not acceptable in this league, and you can't expect to win, if you turn the football over. And I think that was a lack thereof of that rule.
Cam, how much of your turnovers were physical, or how much of them do you think were mental?
Either way it goes, it's a turnover, and there's no excuse for it. I put all the blame on myself. I think I had, excellent time in the pocket to do whatever I had to do. Throwing off my back foot is unacceptable to Steve. Another one is just, bad, poor decisions on my behalf, and that's something I had to learn. But I'm gonna get it, and the more I see it, the more I know that it's not college no more, and it's no gimmicks in this league, especially playing good teams. We played an excellent team in the Packers, and they capitalize on each and every one of your mistakes. And it may be that one check down that can take it for a first down, or it could be a big play downfield. But whatever that defense gives you, whoever we're playing, you gotta take full advantage of it.
Cam, can you talk about that last drive when you were coming to tie the game and what you saw in those last two plays on 3rd and 4th?
It was a misunderstanding in the play. One of the receivers, didn't run the right route, but it's still my job to fix it. I'm not here to point the finger, or I'm not here to bash myself, but that's just unacceptable. It shouldn't even been, it shouldn't even been 4th down. I think could have scored on a wide open, excellent play call by Coach, on the naked. I just got to make that throw. It's professional football. You got to make open targets, wide open targets when the opportunity presents itself.
You've been a pro quarterback now for 2 weeks. Is anything Green Bay or Arizona done surprise you?
No, it's not. It's nothing that no one has surprised. I think it's going in each and every week, knowing the game plan, knowing what coaches wanting to do on each and every play, and going out there and execute. It's no, they have a magical defense, or they have this and that. Don't get me wrong. There's some good players on each and every team, or each and every defense, but I think our coaches do an excellent job at getting us in the best play possible. And it's my job personally as a quarterback to make everything right, whether it's, throwing the ball deep, to throw it to the man, or just checking the ball down. Can't be greedy in this league, and it will come back and bite you every single time.
Do you think you guys need to establish the run a little bit better?
That's not my job. I don't think we need to do anything. I think we need to execute better, and I think me personally, I need to, step up my gameplay better.
Cam, what's been the reason you guys haven't been as successful in the red zone as you'd like to be?
I don't know. It hurts, leaving the field with 3 points. I think it's self-inflicted, negatives to yourself, whether it's a penalty, whether it's a bad decision. We just got to get it right. We're going to get it right. But I'm not the person that just sit up here and say, what we have next time. I'm not that type of person. I want it right now, and I'm going to get it right now.
Aaron said that he wanted to seek you out after the game and compliment you on the way you've handled the first couple of weeks. What was your view of that conversation?
It was very well. I want to talk to him. I'm just a fan of, any elite quarterback in this league, and Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys, just his poise in the pocket, how he just controls the game, whether it's, whatever he does. And you see in this game, prime example of, when you have a team down, you got to keep them down. You can't just keep them in the game. When we have opportunities to score, we got to put 7 points up on the board, because it's only a matter of time till any good team is going to, react.
Cam, is there any positives you take out of it that you can compete with the best team in the league?
It's a lot of positives. And it's not competing. I don't like that word. Competing. We go into each game. We don't go into each game to compete. We go into each game to win. That's a mentality the coaches put up on us, and that's what you gotta play like that. We don't go into each game thinking, oh man, who we playing. don't get me wrong, you know, the Green Bay Packers is a good team, but, you know, we can't go in there saying we're going to compete. We're going to each game saying we're going to win, and that's what we got to do. Offensively, defensively, special teams, that's what we got to do.
Cam, do you find yourself fighting the urge to get out of the pocket and take off quicker this year than you were at Auburn?
No.
Cam, people who know you well say that you're hard on yourself when you fail and trying to succeed so much. How has being in the pros affected that? Are you the same? Is it magnified? Is it a bigger stage?
Man, I don't know, man. Obviously, it's different, you know, to keep taking this podium, you know, counting the preseason day after, you know, week after week and saying, you know, we're going to get it, and, you know, not being happy to go home and just, you know, it's mind-boggling. But, you know, it's still a lot of positives that we can go in the next week and get some momentum into next week, and also, but it's just the small things that we gotta, you know, that makes us different than the Green Bay Packers. I think, you know, when those guys know what they have to do, they do it. And you don't see a lot of penalties. You don't see a lot of interceptions. I mean, you don't see a lot of, you know, just mistakes, and that's what we have to learn as a team, starting with myself.
What did you say to Charles Wilson after you?
Man, you know, I had an opportunity to talk to Charles. I seen him earlier before the season even started, man. You know, I just told him he was just too hard on me, man. You got to drop one of those. Please, give me a break, please. But you know, that just goes to show you, in this league, you will pay when you make a mistake, and that's simple and plain. You know, Charles Wilson has, you know, been dominating this game on the cornerback position for a long time, and I got so much respect for him, and you know, a lot of players on that defense. You know, those guys are sound at what they do, coachable, and they know what they have to do. They understand the game. They understand the down and distance, and you know, it's hard to beat that when you make a mistake, because you know they're gonna capitalize on it.
You had a great first half. The second half maybe not so much. Did Green Bay do anything different in the second half defensively, or were you just kind of off your game?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't that. It's just decision making. That's it. And that's simple and plain. You know, you can say what it is. You can say, well, they did that on this particular play. You can say whatever you want, but it's just decision making. And you know, we got to get that right. Well, I got to get that right.
Are you healthy, Cam? They said Ron said you got the wind knocked out of you once. One time it looked like you came out game field with
It's football. It's football. You ain't gonna lead this game, you know, as if somebody been tickling you. You know what you signed up for, man. And you know, I know everybody knows. You know, that comes with the territory. You know, I think it's nothing serious.
One more question, guys.
Cam, did you catch your Auburn Tigers lose that game yesterday? Any thoughts on that?
Ain't no dollars.
Thanks, Cam.